Okay, it doesn't matter. Here, look. 'Cause I just ended the other video, but look, this video is about Atlantis. It really connects to the last video I just made about capitalism. All my videos connect, but this one's a direct, like they should have been one video type shit. Oh my god. But anyways, like I was explaining, Atlantis essentially. Okay, why why did Atlantis fall? Right? That's probably what you're thinking. A lot of people always thought, oh, you know what I'm saying? They just can't figure it out, right? Well, I can tell you. It's very simple, actually. The leaders in Atlantis were unethical and immoral, having more awareness than the general masses, a select group of individuals did. And instead of utilizing that awareness for the betterment of individuals, they used it for the worse. You get what I'm saying? So instead of utilizing what they're capable of doing, their powers, for the better, they used it for the worse, which led to the fall of their whole society. Yeah, due to their lack of morals, ethics, and principles. Now, if they had pre-established morals, virtues, and principles and ethics, like, you know what I'm saying, then they would know what type of lines, you know what I'm saying, how to actually utilize their power in a healthy mechanism and not, you know what I'm saying, cross certain boundaries that don't need to be crossed. You know what I'm saying? Without leading to the fall of, society to where we're at now, which is understanding our collective cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? Which is basically being at means with the collective unconscious versus the conscious, which is creating some conscious reality. And subconscious reality is the future. And the future is always up to be decided based upon the present day actions that you take, stimulate, relate to, and expand upon. So, yeah. So basically, what you invest in now is going to create the future. And collectively, people are having a hard time understanding that of which they should invest their individual time in. So that's why they're lost in direction. There's a loss of direction. You know what I'm saying? Most people go home from work and they get right on their phone. Just watching videos and stuff. It just doesn't do anything. Not for you, not for society, not for anyone. And that's what I'm explaining to you guys. Self. You have to understand self. Like, you have to study self. Literally. Like, there's literally a code within you, and I would hate to even explain it this way. But there's literally, okay, we have to explain what consciousness is. Consciousness is the energy in which you create to experience. You create energy to experience because you're a spirit. You're a form of awareness, and you can become aware of other forms of awareness. That's what it means to be a spirit. Oh my god. To be spiritual means you're actively seeking new forms of awareness to expand your already, innate form of awareness. So you're learning. You seek to learn more, to increase the size of your light. Light is information. And as they say, knowledge is power. So you shine brighter when you have more knowledge. But in any case, going through all those notions, understanding why Atlantis fell is because they didn't have a pre-establishment of virtues, morals, and principles. And, it was just due to the disacknowledgement of self, spirit. Because if you know yourself, then you're not going to intrude on anyone else that knows themselves. It's just pointless. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. Wow. Yeah, anyways, bro. Um, to yeah, illuminate means to give knowledge. To illuminate means to conceal knowledge. To give means to provide light. To essentially take means to take light away, which means provide darkness. To expand forms of awareness is to enhance growth. You know what I'm saying? In society as a whole. To conceal and constrict form of awareness is to regress society as a whole. Because you're restricting and preventing people from becoming aware of things that they're inevitably going to become aware of, and that we all need to collectively become aware of, because you're just like, oh, okay, this is the reality of life. Now, what do we do with it? Yeah, that's life. So that's why, like I said, knowledge is power. Seeking knowledge is power. Obtaining knowledge is powerful. And utilizing it in the right way is the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And this goes into what I was explaining when the video first started. They were unethical. They had no morals in Atlantis. They had power, but didn't understand how to use it because they didn't have a pre-establishment of what was right and wrong. And that's why you sit down as a collective and understand what is right and wrong. Because as individuals, you know what I'm saying, people are very easily influenced and impacted. So you can't, it's really, you'd be like, oh, I gotta respect everyone's opinions. No, you don't. These people aren't even developing, these people aren't even developing their own, you know what I'm saying, perspective of the world based upon their own individual constructs that they maintain and construct and stabilize within themselves. They're constructing their opinions based upon what they're influenced by, you know, what they see other people doing. So it's something you just have to sit back and analyze, like, oh, what is actually right to do? What is actually wrong? And that's just knowing yourself, your internal compass, you know what I'm saying? Your internal morals. And then you have to understand what is collectively okay. And that's what I was explaining. What I just explained, collectively establishing what is right and wrong, what's moral, what's unethical. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Duh. That's why we have Christianity. That was the pre-establishment of it. The book essentially was a guide of virtues, morals, and principles to live by. Now, Jesus essentially was a teacher that had a new form of awareness to I'm giving you guys the real history here. So, a new form of awareness to present and project to the world. And his teachings obviously were just the teachings of self, of spirit, like, which is basically, in short, oh, okay, we all need each other, like, so let's act like we all need each other. You know what I'm saying? Because you have society where people love people out of conditions. It's not unconditional. It's like, oh, you can give this to me. You can provide this for me. So that's why I'll be around you. This is why I'll, you know what I'm saying, take from you. But no, it's not what it should be. When the basis of reality should be unconditional love. And that's what's going to lead to pure reciprocation of values, concepts, thoughts, feelings, and energy, just within itself. And right now we're at an imbalanced society. I mean, it's becoming more balanced now, but we're in an imbalanced society where there's been a set, people have been giving more and receiving less. And obviously that creates a complete imbalance within the construct of society and reality as a whole, which is inevitably leads to collapse. And collapse is another word for change. Yeah. And this is what I'm explaining. You have to understand yo, happy Saturday, man. Jack Allen, 299, what's up? How's it going? Swell, it's going well. How's it going for you, bro? Oh yeah, that's what I was explaining. So yeah. Okay, let's just get to this because this is important. Christianity essentially was the establishment of new set of principles, morals, and virtues to follow and live by. And Jesus essentially was the guide of these principles, virtues, and morals, and the living representation of these virtues, morals, and principles. And so were his disciples. Now, due to all this, a new sense of realization and understanding of what is needed and actually providing it for the world, it led to the pre-establishment of the calendar system to which we utilize today, which would be called the Gregorian calendar. And there's many other belief systems that were formulated due to what was established. I mean, everything in life that we see right now is constructed because of what happened 2,000 years ago. He said, going pretty good, man. That's good to hear. He said, dreads like fire, bro. It's nice. Thank you, bro. Yeah. So, yeah. Next note is, yeah, understanding that you understand. Oh, right. That people have lost their way since then, and Christianity has been distorted, and their sense of morals, ethics, and values have been disoriented to the point where people are no longer caring about the things that actually matter, like other people. You have to care about other people. They're very important. And to the point where people don't care about themselves. Because you're very important. You have to understand and recognize that. You said, did you play any games on stream? No, I really don't play games on stream, really, sometimes. But I really just talk music. But yeah. Anyways. Yeah. So, all that being said, the most important thing to do is to understand that of which is ethical and moral and live by that every day. Be a representation of that. And in every moment, to withhold integrity regardless of who's watching, it's just your own individual and integral point, your own individual integral point. And it's what you stand for. And what you stand for is what you live by. And what you live by is what you create in your reality. So, understanding all these things is going to give you a greater understanding of how to go about living in the world. How to actually be productive and stimulate a greater sense of growth within reality. Which is the most important things. It's the only really important things. Obviously, for you to grow as an individual is really important. But for you to grow as an individual with other individuals is also, that's extraordinarily important. So, one of the most crucial things. But it's pretty hard to grow with people when you don't know yourself. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the most important things, guys. Yeah. So, yeah. Gee. What it goes down to is being really good at growing. And really just keeping yourself in a good sphere of reality, to be honest. Even when you communicate and connect with other individuals, you're in a good sphere of reality. A healthy point in life. Yeah. That's what's important. It's important. Creating and stimulating healthy relationships and bonds. But that's what I'm explaining. It really first starts with the relationship that you construct with yourself. Once you decide that you want to construct a positive relationship with yourself, then with everyone else, you're going to construct a positive relationship with them. And furthermore, you're going to continue to construct positive relationships with everyone else because that's what you want within yourself and for everyone else around you. So that's really what it's about. Yeah. Because to be innately positive is one thing, but to actually project that positivity to every pocket of life is another sense of oh, this is really what you stand for. This is really who you are, This is really what you want in the world type shit. And just for yourself as well, it's just you really don't want to live in a lot of negativity, It almost makes you feel like you can't do as much as you actually can, and it doesn't make you feel that good, It's the opposite of inspirational, desperational, depressive, and it could put you in a state of desperation. So it's crazy, and you should be in a state of inspiration, motivation. You know what I'm saying? Compensation. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's really hard to be in a state like that if you're not inspired, if you're not motivated, So to grow, learn, and evolve, and that's really what's important. Of course, you want to utilize everything around you to inspire you, but at a certain point, you have to be able to like inspire yourself. Dead ass, like, and the biggest problem within the world is insecurity. There's a lack of people's ability to inspire themselves, find or conjure up a certain energy within themselves. It's like, oh, I can actually do this, you know? Or when you're actually doing something, you just don't feel like you'll probably give up because you don't feel like you can keep doing it, or you might second guess yourself. You might be like, oh, I don't know if I'm doing it right. Well, you already started doing it, so just keep doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it's something that's positive and that you actually enjoy doing. Your heart's really in it, like you're really passionate about it. Keep going, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be where you want to be, and you're gonna be doing what you actually love to do. So that means you're gonna create what you want to see, which is really beautiful, and that's what life is really about. It's not about fitting in, and it's also not about trying to get other people to conform. It's really just about being yourself to the best of your ability, and that's what's going to encourage and inspire other people to be themselves to the best of their ability. You know, the better you're yourself, the better you can work with everyone else. That's just the way of the world, you know? Because no one really wants to be around someone that's grumpy, mean, and negative all the time. They just don't. It's just not. It's just not. You don't even want that. Like, oh my god. Like, when you say they, it's just like talking about the external perspective. But you have an internal perspective. You know what you want in the world. You have to understand why you want it. I feel like that's really important. Understanding why you want certain things is going to once you understand why you want certain things, you're going to understand where it's going to lead you. You know, and that's really important. That's really important. Understanding why you want certain things is going to give you the understanding of where it's going to lead you. Get what I'm saying? So now you're doing things with intention, and you're not just doing things. And to do things with intention is how you grow and actually create something sustainable in your environment. You know? If you're just doing a bunch of things but don't know why exactly you're doing it, not growing. You know what I'm saying? Not doing anything efficient or innately productive or even externally productive, you know? Just doing things and without knowing where it's going to lead you. That's why it's important to know the why, always. And a lot of people don't like questioning authority, but the only way you can even question authority is if you question yourself. And once you do that enough, then you'll actually you won't have to question authority because you'll be an authoritative figure at that point. So the only one you're questioning is yourself. Yet again, how it started is how it ended. So That's really what it's about. Yeah. Actively seeking the right information to obtain, retain, and explain is also crucial, very important, if not one of the most important things at all. This is how it is. Yep. But yeah, guys, I mean, bro, like, life is what you make it. If you want to make life bad and sad, that's what it's going to be. If you want to make life joyful and an experience to cherish and remember, and for other people to enjoy and acknowledge as a memorable experience, then, choose the way you want to be in the world and actually stick to it. Like, you know, if you're going to be a negative person, don't look around. Like, why does no one want to be around me? Well, no one likes them. No one likes that. Like, no one likes to constantly be misunderstood. You constantly show someone you don't care about them. You constantly are trying to use somebody. I mean, it just doesn't, it's not good. It's not healthy, you know? And it's life. Life, bro. Life has a cause and effect. What you give to the world is what you're going to get. So if you're giving that energy, that's what you're going to get back. And when you finally see what you've been giving out to the world, blame no one but yourself. Because that's the only person you can't blame. So, that's all it comes down to. And then it's just like, what are you going to do after that? Do you learn? Do you grow? Or do you remain the same? Let me tell you guys, it's really healthy to actually grow. You know, um, yeah. I've noticed though, a lot of people that think really negative of people and think negative of themselves, even, they just construct a lot of negative thoughts. They can't even look people in the eyes. They can't even talk to a person like they're a regular person because like their sense of humanity is like not there all the way. So, and that's because their mind's not all the way there. It's like literally like the whole functionality of like you losing your mind. So it just, you got to come back to self and connect with other people around you, and that's what brings like, just stimulates growth. You actually get to connect with individuals around you instead of always trying to like run away from them and whatnot. Like, you're just running away from the ideas that you construct within your mind and relay to other individuals. So, and it's lonely. Like, it is very lonely. Like, to have the inability to connect with other individuals. You know? That's why it means a lot to know how to communicate and connect. And to communicate and connect, you have to control self. You have to control yourself. You have to control your mind, your thoughts, and your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And that's going to dictate the actions that you take. And hopefully they're progressive, you know what I'm saying, and for the betterment of other individuals and yourself. So, I mean, that's the most positive thing you can do in the world. It's the most positive thing, you know. You just don't want to create a world full of negativity because it just doesn't do anything. It just doesn't work, you know. I've already explained that. People feel lost, they're sad, they don't want to be here because they don't understand why they're here. And if there was a better sense of direction, guidance, and leadership, there'd be a greater understanding of why you're here, what that means, what you can do about it. And then we'll actually like create something like as a society, like really meaningful. You know, because these aren't that crazy inventions right now. Like, this has been a dark age. We're slipping into a golden age right now, like literally, actively. So you could pay attention to all the negative things in the world, but there's a lot of positive things happening. And this is one of them, just expanding awareness. Making people understand that there's more possibilities than the limited construct of reality that they were living in or perceiving life through. It's like a lens. But then it's like, oh, you hear something and it expands your awareness, and you're like, whoa, there's more is possible in life. Like, this isn't it. Like, that's crazy, you know. And it's a good point, and that's when you learn, you grow, and you gain vision. You know what I'm saying? Foresight, the ability to see where things will be led. So that's how you know you can dictate what you actually want for yourself. And then, since, you know, life is all about influence, you know that what you want for yourself other people are going to also do. Until they figure out what they want for themselves and who they are. So yeah, for real. But if everyone wants to learn, grow, evolve, and care for each other, then all of us will learn, grow, evolve, and care for each other, because that means everyone want the same thing. And that means everyone will be giving the same thing, because we all want the same thing, and we understand that what we give is what we get, and what we see is what we create. So then you pay extra attention to the things that you say in every moment, the thoughts that you think in every moment, the way that you feel in every moment, and the actions that you take in every moment. And really condensing that form of awareness and accepting that, bro, it's gonna make your life just sweet like candy. And everyone else around you, like literally, like I said, a golden age of innovation. That's what we're in right now, where you're gonna see creation, just real creations, like not what we've been doing. I would hate to even say we, but you know, like not what's been done. Like these cars are like, it's not even that much. Like this, this is what I'm really telling y'all, bro. Like, it's not even that much. Like, we just discovered Bluetooth not even that long ago. Like, the internet is not even 100 years old. Like, y'all really understanding what I'm saying right now? Like, like, we would go like this as a society if everyone understood what I was explaining right now. We would move so fast as a society, because everyone would know their role and how to play it. You know what I'm saying? And what that means. That's where it's going. That's where we're going as a collective. Your start. I realized I when I put on my phone earlier today, I was making a Reddit, and one of the tags it was like tarot and astrology was pop under pop culture. I was like, what the hell? How the hell is tarot and astrology pop culture now? Like what? But that's how you know the world is actually changing. You know what I'm saying? It's going to that sphere, bro. Uh, it's crazy, bro. Literally. Astrology is just astrology is just an external visual representation of yourself. So that's huge. You know what I'm saying? You study astrology, you're gonna be studying yourself. Anything you study, I would hate to be a broken record, but anything with ology, ology means the study of. So yeah, astrology just means the study of the stars. And since you're composed of stars, like you're studying yourself when you're studying the stars. Ironic. But yeah. So I turned around and started rubbing my dog. Like I was supposed to get something. Like yeah. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, man. No? You went to the pool? Damn. I'm shocked. Oh, my bad. But yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. Nothing. Anyways. Bro. Um, but yeah, I was just looking at that. Yeah, it shows you that the world is changing to a different sphere of reality. So it's just gonna be a better world. Like that ass, and it's up to the people. And so, and this is what I was explaining. Like you create a better world through awareness. Like once people are aware of all that they can be aware of, they're gonna do something about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and every little action leads to a reaction. And that reaction leads to another action. And that action leads to another reaction. So it's a chain of events. Literally. Because a lot of you guys understood, oh my God, Sir Isaac Newton, the law of physics, every action has a reaction. You're like, oh, that's all there is to know. No. They were literally discovering the essence of reality. They were just discovering the micro representations of it, and leading up to the macro representation and understanding of it, which is where we're at right now as a society. It's inevitable. You can't stop it. So they were just like slowly learning little steps, you know. But now we're at the point where collectively we assimilate all things that we've created and become aware of, and we understand how to utilize that information for the better of society as a whole. So yeah, that's understanding how all things connect, relate, so we can understand how to connect and create something else. You know what I'm saying? Life is awesome. And this is why the title of this is Atlantis, because we will be moving into a time period that is very similar to what they referenced ancient, Atlantis was like, which is greater than ancient Egypt, Rome, or Greece. I hope you guys understand that. Because ancient Greek, I mean, ancient Egypt was just established after the fall of Atlantis. And then Greece was established after the fall of Egypt. And then Rome was established after the fall of Greece. So it's all just lost, trickled knowledge. Down, 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 down. But now we're going to the point where it's literally, I'm telling you guys, but literally you've been seeing it. But look, I'll tell you. So look, with all that being said, to maintain and to properly, you know what I'm saying, usher in a new reality, essentially, you have to become aware of who you are and what that means. And honestly, what's happening. And that's why I'm explaining that right now. So, but yeah. Super sweet. And this is what I was explaining. Just, yeah. What you guys were talking about, like the Christians, what they prayed for years, and plenty of people have died for it, even what Jesus died for and what he stood for and his disciples, is actually coming to fruition now. So, and plenty of other people that have not even been mentioned that have, died for this amongst the years. Like, shout out to them as well. Like, I think because everyone plays a role in leading, society in the right direction. And that's, as for right now. So, and it's up to us just to make positive changes and to never revert back to that of which we know is not right or ethical, morally responsible. None of that. You get what I'm saying? Noko Knock. Hello, nice to meet you. What's up? Nice to meet you too. So yeah, that's what it's about. Just a true understanding of what's right and what is wrong. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's why I be telling y'all, like, that telekinesis shit, all that shit is real. Like, all that shit is real, bro. Like, I'm so serious. Like, so serious, bro. Like, when I was like, bro, gravity is not even real. I'm not telling you to do no crazy shit. Alright, bro. I'm telling you that gravity is a construct created by the unconscious, the collective unconscious, based upon what we collectively perceived what was possible to impossible relative to what we believed. So yeah, that's how that force was created. Literally, it's a force. When you jump, source versus force. That's a direct representation of that. Literally. Actually, you being alive is a direct, opposition to gravity. Because gravity is it's already dead. You know what I'm saying? It's the belief of limitations, of the fall. You know what I'm saying? Weight bringing down, something going down, lowering in density. Now, to disacknowledge the existence of gravity, you have to be able to go higher, will increase in density, which is essentially become lighter in weight, which is essentially recalibrating your belief systems, which you can imagine, and what, I'm saying, you have faith is actually achievable. So, yeah, but it starts with belief and imagination, stimulation, and that's going to lead to inevitable creation, which is why we have planes right now But I'm telling y'all, like, I'm telling you, I'm telling y'all, like, all of it was just a shortcut. It's like you're almost flying, but you're not quite there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, you almost reach the point of all possibilities, but you're not quite there. You're like understanding what's possible. That's where we're at. See, you know what I'm saying? But you you increase the speed of what is possible when you expand awareness because it connects the dots. Other people are already aware of certain ideas and concepts, and then they become aware of what you're projecting, and then they connect those dots with their form of awareness, and boom, there's a new form of awareness that's stimulated and created. It's an epiphany moment. That's when 2 points from an opposite line or side of the spectrum, 2 points in an alternate space of reality and relative, like, you know what I'm saying, living, come together in harmony. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that's the best way to explain it. So 2 points that are existing in a different relative, you know what I'm saying, construct of reality come together in harmony. So it's like two chaotic events coming together at one point and colliding into a harmonious situation and circumstance. So, yeah, that's essentially what life is. That's literally the representation of a male and a female coming together. To be entirely honest, that's exactly what that is. Uh, and when they say a twin flame is a twin flame, essentially, these are two non-chaotic events coming together in harmony. You know what I'm saying? If it's two chaotic points, that means there's a disillusionment of self-realization, which means there's a lack of self-awareness. And due to that lack of self-awareness, it's going to lead to like arguments, fighting, disagreements. You guys are constantly opposing each other rather than harmoniously, you know what I'm saying, connecting and growing together and evolving and doing something productive. You know what I'm saying? So it's all the constructs of, you know what I'm saying, opposition, relative harmonization, and understanding of your own inclination, which is essentially who you are and what that means in the world. And that's how you understand how to actually connect with other individuals around you. Because to relay a ship means to establish a relationship. So relaying a ship just means connecting with other individuals. Everything's a relationship. Because due to people's lack of sexual control, this is why there has to be a pre-established acknowledgement of what's platonic and non-platonic. But if you just actually know and understand, you know what I'm saying, the boundary constructs of relationships, do you understand how to not evade such things, so you don't have to even have those, you know what I'm saying, constructs of such a thing. It would be known. You get what I'm saying? And that's where I was explaining the pre-established constructs that need to be acknowledged of what's morally right, what's unethical, and what's ethical, and what principles need to be established and what principles need to go out the window. So that's what it comes down to, and that's where we are as a society. We're in a self-realizational point, and then with that self-realization leads to a construct of a new creation. It's very simple. Because once you realize something, it's like, okay, what are you going to do about it now? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, once there was a problem, you figured out what the problem was, you identified the solution, you made the solution happen. Okay, where do you go after that? You know, it's like there's always growth, forward movement. That's what it's about. You should never be like complacent in a sense of, oh, this is all there is to be, and this is all there is to know, because that's not true. You know what I'm saying? There's always more to create and always more to do, and there's always more to know. We wouldn't even be here if that wasn't the case. So that's why I'm saying everyone has an innate purpose. You already feel inclined to do something. You just have to identify it and pinpoint it and actually align with that sense of action and realization. And this is why I'm explaining studying self helps. The study of anything with the study of numerology, astrology, psychology, literally. Literally. I'm saying People have grown complacent though, and they don't feel like there's any reason to learn when that is the very essence of life. Exactly. So, going more into these constructs that I furthermore explain, as a society, we have to be collectively more responsible and collectively more accountable, which is essentially the same thing. I'm not gonna lie. Just use two different words. But look,
I told you she's pressed. So she's pressed. Go ahead, answer it.
for that to be a thing, you have to be aware. You have to become aware of that of what you're doing wrong. You know what I'm saying? But to understand that of what you're doing wrong, you have to understand what is right and what's wrong. You get what I'm saying? So that's what it comes down to. Once you reach a relative point of realization, you have to understand where do you do after that, and you know what I'm saying. That's where society is as a whole. So, but that takes a whole bunch of collect to even lead to a societal point like that. There was a whole bunch of individual realizations of that, and then it led to a collective ripple effect of, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? This way isn't right. There's another way to do things in life. Yeah, that's how it happens. You understand that this wasn't the way, and then you understood that okay, there's another way. Even if it wasn't very clear of how to get to that next point or that way of life. The only thing that led to the realization and, you know what I'm saying, the clarity of the next point or way of life, or essentially culture, because culture literally in definition means the way of life. So cult means essentially it's just like they're representing a way of life, and then a culture is an established way of life that other people are representing and living by. But anyways, going back to what I was saying. So essentially to get to that point where you establish a way of life, you have to understand what to do currently with the realizations and awarenesses that you have accumulated now. You get what I'm saying? Oh. It completely goes into understanding that of which you're currently aware of, how to expand your awareness, and well, actually, what I'm about to explain is the same exact thing, because to expand your awareness, you have to apply that of which you're aware of already. They say the best teacher is yourself, honestly. When I mean, oh my God, yeah, you learn the most when you teach. That's what it is. There's some saying, but I can't remember the exact saying, but it doesn't matter. That what I just explained, that's what it is. But yeah, because you become you get into a state of realization of you gain awareness of that of which you're actually doing and that of which you've actually done. It's like listening to yourself when you speak type shit. That's why it's good to like make videos and shit like that, and like it's like music. You fucking make music and actually listen to it on playback. A lot of y'all probably make music or videos and probably don't even watch them, and then y'all don't even be self-reflecting on what y'all be talking about and what y'all be saying. But then when you do that, you understand your relative point of awareness, and then what you know what I'm saying, essentially where to go next with that form of awareness that you have developed and accumulated. So that's what it comes down to. Now, that creating recordings creates a point of perspective to reflect on. You have like millions of points of perspective to reflect on as an individual because you have memories, and that's essentially what they call like neurons. And when they say like you're connecting neurological patterns, is when you connect memories within your brain to acknowledge new ways to experience reality based upon what you've already experienced. You're understanding that of what you want to experience. So, understanding that of which you've done in the past and what the future, I mean, what the present looks like. Understanding
That's the thing.
that of what
She
you've done in
was
the
like,
past and understanding
why did she tell me stuff about
and
her
being
name?
aware
She
of
was a girl.
what
What?
your
She was a
present
girl.
environment looks like, you can decide where you want your future to go and how to actually get
No.
there.
I'm not gonna sit here and call a guy and be
And
like, yo,
that's
be like,
what.
hey, we got our nails done and I'm with my
Are you
cousin.
atheist?
And I've been calling you 3 times
No,
a day.
I don't. I don't
She
believe in
can't be calling me for
anything.
nothing. It's
Being
not
entirely
funny.
honest,
It's really
like
not funny because you don't see this shit. No,
God
because you don't see it.
is real, and I already explained that God
It
is the
is
sense
weird.
of all
But she's fucking
possibilities,
weird. You
and
just said she called you for
that
nothing just to show
means,
you her nails.
and for anything to be possible, it take teamwork makes the dream work,
Why would she
right?
show you her nails
You
like
need
your
other
fucking man?
people to make things
She
possible.
has men to do that.
So
She has
essentially, what
thousands
I'm
of male
explaining is
boyfriends.
God is
She
everything,
can go and show one of them. Why
and
she show
it's
you?
God is everything and nothing in
That's
the
what I'm
same
saying.
like.
That's why I don't
It's
like her.
just the state of understanding
Thanks
what's
for marrying my
possible
cousin. I just want to show you
and
my
making
nails.
it possible.
Bestie. You're
So
not her best friend either. So
you
stop.
you actively
You really fend for her too fucking much, bro.
you actively
Just date a
living
girl, cause I can't do that shit.
and seeking
She
knowledge
gonna
would be
call me
godly,
to tell you about her
like
nails.
because you want to learn,
And when
you
I
want to
see you, her
grow, you
nails
want to
don't even
expand
look
your
like that
knowledge,
shit.
and
What did you
then
respond to her?
actually having
Nice nails.
that
Nice to see you.
information
Good
and
seeing you.
knowledge and
Did
applying
you do
it
that?
would also be, saying that's essentially being with God, doing God's work, because you're showing people what's possible, you're expanding their awareness, and you're teaching
No.
them
What did you
that
ask
of
her
which
what
you
she said
already
about
know,
her
that
nails?
of which you are aware of, to essentially be what the devil is
This is
like.
why I can't
You're
be
aware of
friends with this.
something and you utilize
She
that
called you
form of
3 times
awareness
just to
against
show you
people
her nails.
instead of
Say that
giving
she's
them
her
forms of
cousin, and I
awareness.
will
You know what I'm
show her.
saying? Teaching them something. You know what I'm saying?
That
Use
is it.
whatever you're taught against them. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? So, and and that creates limitations in the world. It creates a sense of lack in the world. It creates a sense of, oh, I can't
You
do
need to
this,
cut
you
her
can't
off
do
because
that.
you don't see the
It's
problem with her,
just
and that's the problem. That is the real problem that
an
you don't see the
enhancement of
problem.
negativity, and negativity only leads to regression in
You're not making
society,
her a problem. You don't see
and
that she is
positivity
the
leads to
fucking problem.
progression.
She's going to continue to be a problem.
And
She called
a
you three
lot
times
of
just to show her nails.
Christianities have like
With her
toxic
friends, with her
positivity
homegirls, she
to
has
the
her friends
point
with her.
where they
She
have a
got
lot
niggas
of
on
like
her.
hidden negativity
And she got
that
niggas that you
they
see. That's why
hide
when you tell her she's
behind,
not
like
weird.
a positive mask,
It's
a
not
positive
funny.
facade. And yeah, that's the problem with the
Send her the
world.
FaceTime link.
And
So I want to
to
see how
fix
nice it
that,
is.
you have to understand your mind. You control your thoughts and your feelings in every
It's
moment.
hilarious. Yes,
And if
yes,
people
yes.
could do that
Now she
more,
won't
then
leave
they'll
you
actually understand how
because
to
you know
connect
her
with
and know
people. You know what
exactly
I'm
what's
saying? They
going
would
on.
be
Because she
as
won't let
calm
you.
as I am talking to people, and
No,
as
because she just called you
understanding
3 times.
as
Put her
as
on
I
the phone.
am,
Babe, I'm not playing with you.
while even listening to someone else and their other perspective. They want to be
Put her
so
on the phone.
combative,
Call.
like ready to
I'm not
attack and
mad. I want
fight.
to
You
see
know,
her
it's
nails.
not how you should be.
I want to see how they look.
You know, there's no reason to be like that. Like,
I will. When you put her on the phone, I can see her
and
nails.
yeah,
I
the
want to see how
whole
good they look.
Christianity completely lost
But they
itself.
definitely don't look that good. It's not
Um,
funny. Put her on there.
yeah,
I'm not going to
I
say
mean,
anything bad to
literally,
her. I'm just going, oh, that's nice, cute.
like, ugh, that's just like a nasty
And the
thing,
fact that
bro.
you don't
Like
put
they
her
were
on the phone,
really in the past,
tell me
like
you won't do it. Really just shows you.
well, relative to like the 17, 1600s. That's relative to we're in the 2000s right now. That's four,
I
three,
can't believe
four
you did this.
hundred,
I
maybe
swear to
500,
God.
600 years ago. They were just killing
You're
people that
laughing
didn't
because she
believe the
called you
same
to show
thing
you
they
her nails and you're
believed.
like, oh, she's with her homegirl. She's
Like
not going to add her
there
to
was a
yours.
lack of
Yeah,
understanding, and there was
you like
no
her. I'm done.
curiosity
Just be with her,
or
bro.
intellectual
Go ahead. Because you're not
ability
even going
to
to go call her back.
understand someone else's perspective. So they just got rid of them. Like that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make
It doesn't
sense.
matter because she's 22. She's 25.
And then it's just like
So
it's become
what the
like
fuck does that have to do with anything?
being
You left
Christian
her
has
on the
become
phone
more of a
because you know
fear
exactly why.
construct more than like an understanding construct
And
of
even when you won't put her on the phone,
what
I can tell
Jesus was
she's wrong. What's wrong with
originally
you?
even teaching.
I'm asking you to put it on a nice,
You know what I'm
sweet tone
saying?
instead
It's
of
just
my
like
energy.
you
Okay?
fear God. That
It's
doesn't
fine.
even make sense.
I
Like
know, babe. It's
like
fine.
just
It's
saying
fine.
like
There was nothing that's going to happen. I
but
just
yeah,
said I
that's
wanted
what
to
it
see
comes
her
down
nails.
to.
That was it. You
Once
said
you
you called
rise
just to show you her
above
nails, right?
when you
I
rise
wanted to see her
above the
nails
fear
too.
construct,
And it's always a fucking problem when I actually do something. This is what I be talking about.
that's when you start creating the actual things that's positive in reality.
When I asked you to
So
invite her to the club.
to do that, you have to understand that one, I mean, the Bible has been altered like so many times, and God never wrote the Bible. Come on, guys, like let's be real, like, like seriously, Jesus was a teacher, and he had 12 disciples, which were 12 students. Like, this is why we have 12 months. Do you guys know that? That's why there's 12 signs in the zodiac. Do you understand this? This is why there's 12 people in the council when you go to court, and there's one judge. Do you understand what I'm explaining? Due to this realization and acknowledgement of his teachings, they understood how to actually work together. It took some time, but it happened. Do you understand what I'm saying?
If you treat your girlfriend like this, or treat her like this, she can call you 3 times just to say you're a fucking.
You said, no, I see what you explained. You said you seems explain the collective objective of humans as a good thing. Makes sense. In your framework, what does prove that God? I mean, what are you like? What are you searching for? Like when you're asking that question, what are you looking for? Because if you're asking what does prove that God exists, like what are you asking me? Like, do you believe that there's like another force or power that's greater than you that has more impact on what happens in your life than you do? Is that what you mean by God? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Or do you mean like, damn, like you just realize that it's all people in this world, and it takes working with other people to get anything done. I mean, is that what you mean? That's really what it is. You got to be responsible for self, and being responsible for self makes you more responsible for how you treat everyone else. That's what Jesus was trying to teach. Everything else is lost. Like that's what it is. And I don't know why you would fear yourself, fear being holding yourself accountable and being a good person. It just wouldn't make any sense at that point. All these are human constructs. We created words, language, all these understanding of these things. It's like we're like, you know, the age of Pisces is done. We're not getting lost in our imagination anymore. We're in a world of illusion. We're in the real world now, where you have to be responsible for yourself and everyone else and how you treat other people. That's reality. That's always what it's been. So yeah. And I'm gonna tell you the corruption of Christianity, because believing there's a greater force than yourself that has more of an impact of what happens in your life and where your future is decided to go. One, leads you feeling powerless. Two, you start to believe that, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? No matter what I do, like, oh, like my fate's decided or the destination is decided type shit, which doesn't even make sense, because what you create is entirely up to you. Where you're led is entirely up to you and what you choose to do. You get what I'm saying? So there's been a disacknowledgement of personal accountability. You said, why would I need to be good towards others? That's what I was about to explain. Why would you need to be good towards others? Because you won't be able to do anything without other people. See, people, this is how I was explaining. People want to believe that there's one person that decides their fate, but you are the decider of your fate and what you create. You treat other people with kindness because you need those other people in life. Everyone needs someone else. Everyone needs someone. You won't be able to do anything without another person. It's just how it is. You want to be able to realize what I'm talking about without, saying you being a person and me being a person. You wouldn't even be aware of the Bible if it wasn't for other people. King James and Shakespeare and 100 other poets writing the King James Bible and then it being altered 100 million times. That's literally how it happened, but whatever. I'll tell you all of this. Like, that's why you be good to other people. Like, you guys should not need, oh my God, there's one overseer of my reality that's going to decide my fate. That's why I should be a good person, because on my death day, like, I'll be judged. What? That's really that's what? Like, that's, you guys needed that to be a good person? That's weird. So you essentially, you needed to be driven by fear to be a good person, hold yourself accountable. Now that doesn't make sense. You get what I'm saying, guys? Like, that's gotta stop. That's gotta stop. Because that means you're scared of yourself. I'm telling you, you create your future. And every moment and every second is based upon what you decide to think. What you decide to think dictates what you feel. What you feel and what you think dictates what you do. The actions that you create. And the actions that you take is the future that you're going to experience. Those are the seeds you're planting. That's what it is. But it first starts in the mind. So you need to recalibrate your mind. You need to have a more positive mindset about things. And you also don't want to be in a state of naivety. Let me see what you said. You said, I understand, but dictators around history are the most one who profited from people. So exploiting people is more profitable to be kind to others. Okay, you're saying that in the past, this is keyword in the past, um, dictators around history are the ones that profited the most from people, from exploiting them. And you're saying exploiting them is more profitable than being kind to them. It seemed that way in the past, but you can look around and you can see that that's not going to be the way much longer. Um, there's a universal balance of things, and how you see someone else acting should not dictate the way that you portray yourself to the world. It's funny, but yeah, it's really true. Just because it could be like, oh yeah, oh that person's over there killing people, maybe I should go killing. No, that's like what I explained earlier. Not being a product of your environment, but utilizing your environment to create a product. You wanna realize something when you look around. You don't want to be like, oh man, this is the way it is. Oh, let me just be just like them. Let me conform to the way it is. No, you can change it by you being yourself. You standing your ground. You standing for what's right and what's wrong. What you're saying, honestly, that's what Jesus realized. Jesus looked around and he was like, damn, there's a lot of people that don't know what I know. That's why I gotta teach them. And then he's like, damn, there's a lot of people that don't want to hear what I have to say. That's why they killed him. But through that, what he sacrificed, what he gave, it created the understanding, the realization of, damn, they were like, damn, we were wrong. Like, we shouldn't have done that. And then they lived and repent. That's why all this started. Do y'all understand what I'm explaining? Do you understand what I'm explaining? Like, so what does that show you? That when you stand for something, you're going to change the world around you. That's what it is, bro. So when you understand that of which you want to create, you're going to start seeing it in your life. You know what I'm saying? You understand what you want to see and what you want to be. Man, that's what it's going to be. I mean, that's what it is. So yeah, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but yeah, that's what it is. But I'm explaining to you guys, you already know what you want to see in the world because you understand what the world is lacking because you know what you lack within yourself. There's a lack of care, lack of compassion, a lack of cooperation and compatibility. You know, and that leads to a lack of understanding And yeah, the lack of understanding leads to the lack of ability to work together, which is the same thing as cooperation and communication. And like you said, so you want me to be stuck in a system where the ones in power can exploit me while I'm kind to others. I talk myself like Jesus, so people after me let go. Nah, it's not what I'm saying, bro. That's taking it too far. That's God, bro. You're taking it too far. I'm not even gonna lie. You're taking it too far. But you don't have to do that, bro. You do not have to do that, bro. You don't have to do that. I'm saying he already did that, so you don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Jesus already went through that, so you don't have to go through that. And so have other people, so you don't have to go through that. So all you really gotta do, all you really have to do is be a good person and understand reaction, your actions in reaction. You know what I'm saying? The law of cause and effect. You have to understand who you are and what that means and what you want to create in the world. And that just means holding yourself accountable for the things that you think in every moment, the feelings that you create in every moment, and the actions that you take every moment and every day. Yeah, I was not telling you that though. That what you don't do that, bro. Oh my god. But like essentially, quote unquote, the sacrifice or whatever would be like you not being like the way the world is. You know what I'm saying? You essentially not being like how you see the majority of individuals being, because you understand that that's not right or that's not the way. So when people are not kind to you or mean to you, you understand that, oh, you don't have to be mean to them. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to meet them at their level. That's literally the definition. You can still maintain your peace, your kindness, your sanity. And you can actually get them to realize something they don't know. Because anger, bro, I'm telling you, anger comes out of being unaware. You don't know something, you don't know how to know it. So you get really mad. That's what it is. So you can anybody can be taught anything. But the question is, do they want to learn? And that's the thing. Some people close their mind off and they don't want to learn anything. And those people, I mean, you can't. You have as a person, you have individual choice. So, those are the people that you just gotta separate yourself from. You know what I'm saying? And if it feels like you can't separate yourself from them, then you have to just be yourself to the best of your ability, and your circumstance and situation is going to change. Like things are going to enhance. You're going to learn more. You're going to be able to do more, and that's just how it is. But you have to understand who you want to be. You know what I'm saying, and what that looks like. I'm saying. So, and what that looks like is essentially the actions that you take. You know what I'm saying? The thoughts that you think, and you know what I'm saying, the way that you feel. Like it's very important. I'm telling you guys. Control. You gotta have that control. And you never want to get lost on the side of trying to control anything outside of yourself. Because, like I explained, to lead by example is more powerful to enforce something. You just have to simply do things that align with the way that you want to see the world. And like I said, people are influenced. They're going to see you do it, and they're going to be influenced to do it. So it's a triple effect. Like kindness literally comes back around. You know what I'm saying? The more positivities people see you project, the more positive they will be. And what I'm explaining also is perception has to align with reality, because you can't portray like positivity and, you know what I'm saying, growth, evolution, and then not actually be positive, not be evolving, and, you know what I'm saying, doing that behind the scenes. It has to all around be conjoining and aligning together. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need in reality. in life,
just
and
speaking to her.
that's
I was
what get us
asking my other because I didn't know he was
straight,
talking about me too today. Like I said,
straight up the path.
I'm
Mm.
attention seeker now because I haven't seen her. She's attention seeker too. But
It
she's
comes
like,
down to, bro, just
you want you
purely
to reflect me. She's
understanding
not reflecting that.
uh,
I'm
who
doing
you
it.
are and what that means and what you can do about it. Like, you're a person, and every individual person has impact, purpose. You know what I'm saying? Influence. Everyone's important. That's why everyone's important, bro. And that's why everything you do is important, because someone's watching you. You know what I'm saying? While you're doing it, and they're gonna take after you, whether you see them do it or not, whether you hear it or not. Like, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's life. Like, that's just how people think. That's the way of life. I mean, people think they're all that much different from when they were a baby, but that's what you were doing when you were a baby. You were just being influenced by things. And due to what you're being influenced, you were accumulating awareness, and you were like, damn, this is the way it's supposed to be. This is what I'm supposed to do. Like, but you get what I'm saying? Like, you said that will only work if all people in the world believe in that. Um, True, but for all people in the world to believe in that, it starts with you and other people like you. That's what I'm saying. For anything to change in the world, it starts with you. Like, you're telling me, like, basically, oh, the collective is already like this. There's nothing I can do about it. I might as well just not worry about any of it. And I'm telling you, and I'm telling you that you impact the collective. So what you choose to do is what other people are going to do. So whether you see it or not, that's what's going to end up happening. You know what I'm saying? Like me talking right now. There's someone across the world talking about the same thing I'm talking about. I promise you. That's how the world works. Like all you have to do is believe like, oh, it's important to do it, whatever you need to do for you, and then you get up and actually do it. And someone else is gonna resonate, align, boom, it's gonna be happening. And then little do you know, the whole world is moving in one motion because of what they decided to do. That was it. Like telling you. Oh my god. Because everyone is already connected. So the best thing to do is not to tell anybody what to do. Is just do for yourself, and people are eventually just going to see what's going on and pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? You said good luck to influence lion. Influence. He said good luck to influence lion to be friend with a deer. Good luck to influence lion to be friend with a deer. Okay. I see what you're saying. Okay. Good luck to influence lion to be friend with the deer. Okay, that's pretty funny. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Uh, you know, eventually, you know, people it's going to be the way the world is. Just how like people think the way the world is supposed to be is like, oh, you get up and go to job and go to work and stuff like that. It wasn't like that 100 years ago. So just like how it changed from 100 years ago, I'm telling you that it's going to change again. And then it's just going to be like the normal thing. Like, and then I'm sure there's going to be a point where they're going to be like, oh shit, like this isn't working. This needs to change, and then it's going to change again. That's just how things work. But there has to be a pre-establishment of a new form of awareness, and to do that, you have to do what I'm doing right now, which is essentially enhancing the form of awareness that we've already accumulated, and understanding what to do with it. You said I prefer to be a lion. Crying. Oh my god, bro, you geeked. Nah, but yeah, you're right. That's just how it is. I'm crying. What he said, Um, yeah. That's what it comes down to. Life is very simple within itself, though, in every way. Hold up, bro. Bro, I did have to take a piss, bro. I have to take a piss, bro. Just give me a second, bro. He said, "You seems very chill." Yeah, I'm back. Oh yeah, guys. So I'm about to explain now. To gain distance and grow from your environment, it's good to work out, exercise. Not necessarily go to the gym, guys. Like going to the 22, I'm 22, but not necessarily going to the gym. The gym is like, that's like a place of limitation. Like you don't need the gym. You never needed like the gym in like metal bars. Um, I just told you 22. Um, um, because you work out in life all the time, but it'll help like it's like nothing weighing on you type shit. You get to move everything around. You'll feel lighter, literally. Exercising, exercise is an exorcism. It's literally, but yeah, they'd be like, I don't know who made that song. I think it was Taylor Swift. Shake it off, ooh ooh. Like I think I'm not sure who made that song, but that's what she was talking about. That's what she was talking about, though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. It goes into uh, an innate sense of insecurity. But that just means you're lacking internal mental security. Like literally, you don't have enough. You don't have enough thoughts and ideas to protect your mind from like going into a certain space of awareness. So there's not like you're not aware of enough things to protect your mind from slipping into a space of like unawareness, basically. It's really interesting. You said you are really smart for your age, because age means absolutely nothing. To be entirely honest, if we're talking about developmental forms of awarenesses, like things that you developed and become aware of, means nothing, honestly. But the point of like doing something with the knowledge that you've obtained and the things that you're aware of, that that normally comes with age. A lot of people like know stuff, but they don't do anything about it until they get like a certain age or a certain point in their life. Yeah, that's probably the greatest relative difference for me and most individuals. But I was just I'm a teacher. Like I was just born a teacher, so that's what I do. It's who I am. Um, I was always this smart. But yeah, you said when did you start to think this way? That's what I was explaining. Like I've always thought this way. Always. It's just I got to a point where I started to do something with my knowledge. And that's when I was 17. And then now I'm here now, of course. Um, but yeah, that's what it is. Mm, to be entirely honest, even at that notion, everybody is like everybody is aware of a certain everybody's mind operates in a certain functionality since birth, right? Or you wouldn't have been born as an individual, right? Um, yeah, astrology essentially helps you become aware of that of which you are who you are. But you already know who you are, so it's a reminder of self. That's what it's like looking in the mirror, literally. Um, yeah, and also like looking in the mirror is self-reflecting. You need to do that. That's like when you think on the things that you've already done, the actions that you've taken, and the things that you've created. Reflect on where you are, how you got there. I'm saying that those are important things. Self-reflecting, because you catch up with yourself. You literally get catch up with yourself. Literally, um, that's what that goes into. And yeah, so that's what that goes into. But me doing what I'm doing, since for a lot of people it seems like I'm young and things of that nature. Uh, Me doing what I'm doing, it seems very inspirational, motivational to a lot of people. Because some people might be my age and they're like, "Oh, he's doing that. Damn, I could do that." Yeah, you really can. If that's what you do, yeah, if that's your purpose, yeah, sure. Um, and then there's also a sense of, older people are looking like, "Damn, like, wow, I wasn't even thinking like him when I was like his age. What the hell?" Like, it's a real thing. This is a real thing. I've been through it. So, and then they're like, "Damn, I'm inspired to do something because I like you just like made me think about something I never thought about my whole life." And be like, "Oh, yeah, that's what I do. That's like actually like my purpose type shit." Like, that's all it really comes down to. Um, yeah. But then there's like more notes about that. Like that's what that's honestly just what it means to be a leader. Um, some people are leaders, some people are followers. Um, Everyone's born to do something. That's why I'm explaining to. Um, a leader has just developed more forms of awareness than the average individual. Like, so they know more than the average individual, and they know what to do with that knowledge. So that's why other people are following after them, because these other people that are following, they might be aware of stuff, but they don't know what to do with it. The leader has awareness and knows exactly what to do with it, so they're following his lead. Literally, that's what that means. Um, that's why what I'm saying. Um, it's just the construct of reality is misconstrued to the point where people have only believed that the body and the mind is the only things that exist. That was the previous like acknowledgement of reality, which isn't even true, which was only simply disacknowledging the disacknowledging the awareness of spirit. And spirit is essentially how, like everything that connects, right? So like being self-aware means to be collectively aware, and soul is essentially your individual self. You know what I'm saying? It's literally what it is, but you are still an individual spirit that condensed its own form of awareness within itself and created a feeling. And then they, you know what I'm saying, you created matter. That's how you created a physical body and stuff like that. I just don't want to stray away from the point, but that's how you do everything. It's literally everything. Oh yeah. So, but when you acknowledge that you're a spirit and not the body or the mind, then you wouldn't think to yourself like, damn, that person is like old. They should know a lot, or that person's young. They shouldn't know a lot. Like you wouldn't think like that, like because you're like, like he's just a different type of spirit. Like that's just his spirit. Like that's just what it is. Like, and the spirit has nothing to do. Like, I mean, how many times have I been alive? Type shit. Like, so that's really what you should be asking me. That's really what you should be asking. Like, on a more, progressive note of things. Oh my god. Yeah. So if you're like, damn, what's my soul's age? Fuck. I don't even know. I couldn't even tell you that shit, bro. Yeah, it's hectic, bro. It's hectic. And that's why. That's why you should never judge a book by its cover. That's where that saying comes from. Like, you gotta have innate curiosity to understand who someone is and what that means. Because there could be a perception and then there can be reality. And oppo- when perception opposes reality, then you have problems. You get what I'm saying? When perception aligns with reality, then you have solutions. You get what I'm saying? It's more harmonization when the perception aligns with reality. So that just goes into the notion also of living life in truth. There's no really point to living a lie. You don't always have to catch up and keep up with it until you can maintain it. It's just like chasing your own tail. It's too much. It's too much. And that's why this whole, like everything that's coming up right now is just gonna fall. All illusions are just gonna fall because it's too much to keep up. It's too much to keep up. It's unsustainable. You know what I'm saying? Opposed to when you're projecting a perception of reality that aligns with reality, man, there's nothing to uphold. Like, even if the whole perception gets torn down, we're like, oh shit, well, we already knew it was real. Like, this is cool. Like, it's only a problem when you want someone to believe a perception that doesn't align with reality. That's when it's wrong. And it's just like, what are you doing? You're just doing too much. Like, oh my god, bro. Yeah, that's how you see a lack of justice in the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's the representation of those things. And that gets to where you were talking about of how you were feeling like, oh, how could, you know what I'm saying, these people are this way in the world, why should I be this way? You get what I mean? Like, oh my god, it's bringing equilibrium. Mm. seriously, I might cook, bro. I might cook. uh, yeah. But yeah. Intelligent. But yeah. Um, this guy says, this is off topic. I hate to get off topic. But I look down on my phone and Cure recommended to me says, my phone, of course, turned off as soon as I was about to start reading it. Says, it says IQ is considered the cutting edge. He said, this person says they have an IQ of 114, right? And they said, IQ 114 is considered the cutting edge between average and above average. Bright intelligence. This doesn't mean you're not very intelligent at some things. And then they said Elon Musk's IQ is 155. That's what they said. I had to see what they're actually even talking about. This is a whole thing about that. Like, you're entrusting someone else to gauge your level of comprehension. I mean, what if this? And, what if, right? What if whoever even created the test that you're about to take, you can comprehend beyond their level of comprehension? How useful is the test for you? How accurate is it actually even going to be? Like, he said, they say that humans are born with the need to justify their life meaning, existential crisis that won't never be fully fulfilled. That's a lie. Somebody said that was completely hopeless and didn't know where to look. Yeah, but yeah. He said that why we ain't stable. Buddhist people fulfill it, admitting that their life is meaningless and that all our actions, positive one and bad ones, is pointed. He said, yeah, these are all old teachings, though. That's what I'm explaining there. They're outdated. You can grow from these points and perspectives, but don't utilize them to keep creating the future, or else you're not going to realize anything new. You're just you're going to realize the same thing they realized. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is what I mean. Like, people cannot infinitely regress. There has to be a point where you're like, damn, like, we create all this. People create all this. What is already created was created by people that were before me. So if I want to create anything new, I gotta understand what I want to create type shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But even in that statement that you just gave, I've done both of those things. I've proven both of those things completely wrong. 100%. Because I've given the meaning of life 100 times over. So I've explained it in so many different ways. It's insane. Like literally insane, which essentially is no one can give your life meaning except for yourself, but you were already born with an innate purpose. So if you find that, then you'll know what to actually do with your life. You won't be searching like, oh, life is meaningless. I hope you would literally know what to do, like, because like people have already studied. So it's like it's crazy. Just pick up and then like keep going with your information. And it says, Buddhist people fulfill it. Meeting, yeah, yeah. And it says that all our actions, positive one and bad one, is pointless. And we know that's not true at all. We know that's not true at all because of what I'm explaining right now. You take an action, there's going to be a reaction. You say something, other people are going to, you turn around, other people are going to start saying it. You know what I'm saying? There's a responsibility that every individual has. So to just say, like, there's no point to anything, nothing matters, you know, that's how a kid thinks. You know what I'm saying? We have to grow up as a society, as a collective. We're not grown up as children. You know what I'm saying? We have to mature. That's a choice. And we're doing that now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what's been going on now. It's been like a whole bunch of grown up ass babies. That's literally what's been going on. I mean, quite literally. That's why they have the Babylon Babyland. It's literally what that means. He says you are the chill version of I Show Speed. Yeah, everyone says that. But that also goes into the notion, bro, like, bro, everyone has a doppelganger, and everyone has choices. That's why I said everyone plays a role, and there's a ripple effect in the world. Literally, guys, I'm literally trying to explain, like, life to you. I would hate to even say trying because I'm actively doing it, but yeah. Yeah. He's just, I guess you could say he's like that side that lost himself and decided to influence people in a negative manner and aspect. But yeah, we do have similar powers type shit. But yeah. Yes. Also, what it means to be psychic is it just means like you can access more parts of your brain than the average individual. It's like actually technically it's like activating 100% of your brain, like how they showed in the movie Lucy. That's what that means to be psychic. Obviously, that's like when you have vision, that's your sixth sense, and it gets more than that. It gets more than that. You know how they'd be like, oh, people only use 10% of their brain. See, that's what I'm talking about, bro. That you cannot believe everything. You know what I'm saying? I've explained this stream alone, how you connect and create new neurological patterns in your brain, and that will actually lead to you utilizing more parts of your brain, which furthermore expands your awareness. Whoa, no dead ass though, bro. That you only use quote unquote 10% of your brain in theory because you only learned enough to use 10%. That's where that whole notion goes to. Like, oh my god. Yeah. But it is true that as a society, once we open up 100%, everyone is using 100% of their mind's capabilities and capacities. It will not look like this. I swear to God, the world will look completely different. That's why I was, yeah, like, yeah. That's what I was explaining, that we're leading to that point anyways in society right now. Like we had Einstein, you know what I'm saying? He was alive. He established the awareness of energy. You know what I'm saying? We had Newton. We had Sir Isaac Newton. Then we had Nikola Tesla. You know what I'm saying? They figured out, oh, okay, what to do with this energy. You know what I'm saying? They were furthermore studying the energy. You know what I'm saying? That, what do you think's happening? That's literally, that's like going from 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 to 50 to 75%. You know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing out random numbers, but I'm just also gauging an example of like how as a collective we're unlocking more capabilities of our mind. As a collective, though, you know what I'm saying? Because what you're collectively aware of is what people are individually going to believe is possible and what they can do. So he said, you have a high level of empathy. That's why you justify the purpose of humans, remove emotions to the matrix. He said, that's why you justify the purpose of humans, remove emotions to the matrix. Well, and that's the thing. When you realize that everything is you got side, it's a representation of you. It is a representation of your soul, literally. Then you're gonna be like, damn, why would I hurt I'm just hurting myself if I'm hurting someone else. I'm hurting myself if I'm hurting nature. Like, there's no point. That's what you'll realize. It's like, and then he said, like, when you kill your foods to eat, you don't include the emotions into the matrix because it isn't important in that matter. Your foods to eat, you don't include the emotions to the matrix because it isn't important in that matter. And that, I get exactly what you're saying. And that's a really good notion. And this is why people have realized that. See, you see how collectively people are becoming more aware. Like, the people are like, oh no more killing animals and vegetation and stuff. That is showing you where the collective consciousness is moving towards, the energy that we collectively create and gather and experience, where it's going. And that shows you that people are becoming more self-aware of what you just explained. When you kill your foods to eat, you don't include the emotions into the matrix because it isn't important in that matter. Real shit. And I'll tell you this. That's why you do everything with intent. Even when they did, like, you would go out and kill an animal. Like, you did that shit with intent. You get what I'm saying? Same notion when you cook, you do it with intent. And this goes into where I'm about to lead to. Before you eat, what do? In Christianity, you say your grace. You bless your food. You're doing it with intent. That's what that is. So, what am I really explaining right now? On that notion, I mean, there's a healthy way to do that. You just be like, damn, I need this animal's nourishment, so I'm gonna kill them and consume it. You really don't need to do that. I'm being entirely honest. You really don't need to do that. There's plenty of vegetables and shit out here to eat. To be entirely honest, people have just gotten adept with living off and sustaining themselves off of an alternate life force or form of awareness, but you really don't need. You don't need to do that. Nope. But yeah. And like, it's honestly become addicting to this point. Like, people are like addicted to meat and they feel like they need it because they told you, like, oh my god, you need that protein. Those are all just made up. Anyways, but look. Oh my god. I tell you what, bro. What did I put in here? Oh, this is breakfast. I don't know this. I'm like, some of that. She might want some of this. Oh no. Oh yeah. But yeah. That's what that goes into. But then people are starting to realize now, like, how that really isn't working. How how consuming too much red meat leads up to carcinogens being created in your body, aka your blood stops pumping the way it's supposed to normally pump, and it starts to clog up your arteries. Like, damn, and then you get cancer. Damn, that's crazy. I mean, yeah, I mean, these people are just now starting to realize it. Like I said, it's not like people don't know everything. Like, and just because it's the way things are doesn't mean that it's supposed to be that way or it's necessarily right. You know what I'm saying? Or even good. It's like, but it's the way, right? And since no one's questioning it or wanting to change it, no, you know what I'm saying? One, if no one's questioning it, then they see no reason to change it. If you see no reason to change it, then you see no reason to do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? You only question it when you see a problem with it. And you only start to see a problem with things that are not right when you start to see more. So, and that happens when you understand. Yeah. Good. Not 21. Okay. Yep. So, yeah, that's what that goes into. Every action that you take is a ritual, and if you do it with intent, like, then that's what they call like magic type shit. But yeah. So yeah, you know they'd be like, "Oh, you are what you eat." Yeah, I mean, there's ways that you can utilize things to the point where you could take the constructs, that apply, that are applicable to them and utilize them. But hold up, let me explain what I'm explaining. I'm not telling you to not eat meat or not to eat meat. I don't really tell anybody what to do, but look, this is what I'm saying. When you consume something that's already dead, it's literally already dead. You're not eating it while it's alive. It's already dead, and you're cooking it up. I mean, first of all, you kill it, you break it down, cut it up, then you cook it up. So you're making something that's already dead, and you're bringing it back to life in an alternate shape and form. One, that's alchemy. Okay, first of all, understand that. That's what science is based around, the utilization of the four elements, and how they conjoin and create other constructs of matter. So yeah, you understand that. You're taking something that's dead and essentially bringing it back to life through fire. Okay, let's also understand that the fire is what kills and disintegrates all the bacteria. If you're talking about meat, and if you're talking about vegetables, then the fire is going to evaporate and dehydrate and take away the nutrition from the vegetables, which is essentially the hydration. So yeah, that's essentially what's happening, and that's essentially even what's happening with the meat. It's killing the hydration, so it starts to shrink. That's why every meat shrinks when you cook it, because you're furthermore taking away from the bacteria, the nutrition, and basically just the water. It's just like everything that's sitting in there that essentially is not needed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. On other notes, though, it's like you just gotta understand what's really best for you and what actually even works. Like, first of all, it doesn't even make sense to put, like, you just gotta think about what makes sense anyways. It doesn't make sense to just, like, put 1,000 sheep in a pen and cut them up and kill them and eat them. For what? I mean, like, really, for what? You know what I'm saying? Like, did you really do that because you were hungry or you needed it? Or did you do that because you didn't want to wait for your crops to finish growing? Like, now I'm just asking. Like, I was just saying. Like, you gotta understand like why these things are being done. It's like something you gotta question. Real shit though, bro. Hmm. So it's just an interesting notion, though. It's an interesting notion. Personally, like if you guys want to know what I personally do, bro, I only eat seafood, like for real, for real. Not saying that's any better or worse, but I've been vegan before, and like real vegan, which means like I wasn't eating like fake constructs of meat and things like that. I was eating like real just fruits and vegetables, bro. Like, um, oh my god. I've also been vegetarian, but then it was just like I figured out it was like the best thing for me type shit. Like I can't eat any red meat. That's not happening at all. It's not happening at all. Like I literally can feel that shit slowing me down. Like that it takes too long for it to be digested and processed through my metabolism and my intestines. Which I'm sure it's like that for a lot of people in the world. Be entirely honest, but a lot of people probably just aren't even aware of these things. So they just be like chugging that bitch down, eat something else, chug that bitch down. But I mean, I fast a lot. Like even at that, like I don't eat I really don't eat a lot. And when I do eat, I eat. You know what I'm saying? I really just eat so my body can maintain nutrition. I can expand, but I don't want to go too much into all of that. But yeah, personally, yeah. Sometimes I've eaten. It's been a long. I don't eat any pork either. Never, never, literally never. And I mean, I've probably had it when I was much, much younger, but I grew up Muslim when I was like a certain age, so I never ate that shit in my life. And then I understood like so much more about the world. There was no reason for me to like go and eat that. Like this is, I'm only saying this because this is a real experience, guys. And I hate to bring these things up because they depart from the point, but I love talking about my experiences. But I met this girl, right? And she was like, oh, she was like, she just came up to me, and so I didn't ask her any of these questions. I also keep that in mind. Like, she came up to me and she was like, oh, she was adopted and she grew up Jewish and she like for 19 years and now like she's like free to do what she wants and all that and she was like really excited. That's why I was doing all that because she was like really excited when she was talking. And I was like, I was just listening, but I'm like, why is she telling me this? Like, what's going on? Like, and she's telling me like basically why I'm telling you guys this. Cause she said like, oh, because she grew up Jewish that she never eat pork, right? So when she became 19, she said like, oh, that's why she eats pork and shit like that. Because she couldn't do it, so that's why she does it now. It's just like, damn, that's like, I don't know, it's just like not a way like I could think, I would seek for greater understanding. Like, why would they not even want that to be a thing? And obviously I know, but like, oh my god, but it was just like something to think about. Something to think about, bro. And but here's the thing: curiosity is a huge sign of intelligence. The lack of curiosity is a huge sign of unintelligence. So yeah, that's what that goes into. Yeah. But yeah, guys. I mean, I could tell she liked me, bro. But that like, that wasn't the point, bro. To be entirely honest, like, it's like, even if you like someone, bro, you just have a regular conversation. You try to get to know them, like, oh my god. What you don't do, and this is real life lessons, guys. You don't get around them. Try to listen to what they're going to say to someone else. Try to pay attention to them, how they're acting with other people. You don't try to like. You just don't do that, bro. You just go up to them and go talk to them. Like, hey, what's your name? If you don't know their name, if you already know their name, you could just be like, be more informal. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you're who? You're that? Oh, you're so and so. Ah, and you start up a conversation. Like, come on, like, don't be weird. Like, y'all be wanting to like watch and plot and like think about someone all day, and then like probably not even doing anything. Like, guys, I'm giving y'all social skills. Real shit though, guys. Because I've realized a lot of people actually don't know how to do that. Like, a lot of people actually don't know how to do that. But no, yeah, I could tell she liked me, and so I ended up asking for her number. Not that day, but like I don't know when. It was probably a while ago, like a few days, maybe a week later or something like that. I don't know. But if ever I had the opportunity to see her again, and like we were alone after work, because that's where I used to work, and like it was after work, and like I could tell she wanted to talk, so we talked, and I was just like, I just got off of work. I was working like 14 hours. I was always working like crazy shifts, and like, you know, I'm a chef and I'm a cook. That's what I used to do type shit. Also have my degree type shit. Not like any of this is relevant. I'm just giving y'all letting y'all know. But yeah, bro, I'm gonna tell y'all that. And man, I had to ask for a number, right, guys? Bro, purely to get to know her, and this is exactly what I even told her. I was just like, yeah, I'm trying to get to. You think I can like get your number? You think I can get your number so I can get to know you outside of work? And at first she like hesitated, and then she was like, "Oh, I don't give up my number." And I was like, I mean, okay, like, I was just trying to get to know you outside of work, like, okay, um, yeah. And then I walked away. I went home. I was like, oh no. She said, she was like, yeah, I don't give her my number, but it takes a lot of courage to ask for someone's number. Like, that's what she told me. And I was like, not for me. I was thinking to myself, like, why would it take a lot of courage to ask for someone's Oh my god. That's not what I said. All I said was not for me. And I was like, yeah, it's okay though. Like, I just wanted to get to know you, talk to you outside of work. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I walked away, walked out the door. But it was just like, that was weird. Yeah, I like that was puzzling for me though. Like, why would it take a lot of courage to ask for someone's number? I know so many people. You guys don't understand. I know so many people, bro. Like, and because I like went up to them to know them type shit, or some of them went up to me. But it was like, I know a lot of people, bro. Like, I have a lot of numbers. Like, it's just not like like, I don't know. It's like, I know in her perspective, and this is what I realized though. This is why I'm telling y'all this. In her perspective, it was like, it takes courage for you to think something and feel a certain type of way, and then actually take action. You know what I'm saying? Based upon that thought and feeling, that aligns with that thought and feeling. That takes courage, bro. I realized that she taught me a real life lesson, like something I didn't understand. Like, it also makes a difference between a leader and a follower. A leader has the courage to stand up and stand for something, you know what I'm saying, that they want to represent who they want to be. A follower is just like, oh no, I don't want to do that. Let me just be like everyone else. Like, no, come on, relax, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? That goes to fuck. Yes, overcooking the fuck out of this rice. I gotta stop doing that. I just geeked. I don't even know if I'm eating that. Yeah, guys. So that's what that is. So it takes courage to think something, to feel something, and to say it, and to actually do something about it. That's what she taught me. And she actually did like represent courage. I'm not gonna lie, she did end up like we talked more after that, all that. I mean, I never got her number. Like we could be talking right now, like. But yeah, that's why I wanted her number though, cause it's like I'll be able to talk to you anytime, like anywhere type shit. Like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how that was. But I get it though. Like she's probably just trying to play hard to get or something. Probably thought like I was like a regular guy or something. Like, you know, regular guys just be thinking about sex and shit like that. I really don't even care about that shit, to be honest. Like I was just trying to figure out what she knew, who she was, and yeah. Yeah, bro, that's how you actually create anything in life, bro. You get to know real people. You don't meet anybody for no reason. You meet everybody for a purpose, bro. But yeah, if you feel a sense of attraction to someone, it has nothing to do with sex. Honestly, it's like that point of attraction is because you need to talk to them. It's literally the law of attraction. There's a force bringing you guys together. That's why you guys are attracted to each other. That's why you guys are attracted to each other. Literally. When you take the whole idea of sex out of the picture, then you could do something productive, like, and actually talk to them type shit. Yeah. That takes growing up though. Like collectively, there's a lot of children. Like a lot of people don't know how to control themselves. Like it's not that hard. Like y'all think about sex all day, 24/7. Like it's just like, and that it inhibits your ability to like do certain things. Like procrastinate a lot. You know what I'm saying? You'll start something, won't stick to it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's a long list that goes with that, bro. Essentially, the whole notion of creating something you don't stand for, so you can't maintain it. This is shrimp, by the way. I'm just peeling off the skin. I hate to do this, right? But it's whatever. I would never. Normally, I would always buy the fucking skinless. I always pay extra for the labor because I would never want to do this shit myself, bro. But I didn't get this. But good. But yeah. Other than that, though, yeah, that's what it comes down to, guys. And yeah. My greatest issue, though, in the past, this is like people solely like thinking about sex and shit like that, and I'm like focused on completely different things. And that's the only thing they were worried about, and they think I'm thinking just like them, but no, I'm really not. But I'm really not. Like, bud, I'm really not. You see the things I can do. You see the things that I'm doing. You think I would be able to do any of that? Like if I was sitting over here in La La Land, no. Hell no, bro. You get like this by being focused. Oh my god, bro. That shit's crazy. But because people don't have that line of thinking and line of reasoning, even when people see you talking to a girl, they'll be like, oh my god, he's flirting. Bro, what a regular conversation is flirting now? Everything's about sex. Y'all are weird. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's weird. It took me a long time to realize that. Like I was like, bro, that's really what y'all think that is? Y'all whoa, like what the hell? Like so when you draw the line, like what's a regular conversation? What's a flirting conversation? If you guys can't establish that, if every conversation with the opposite sex has to be flirting, then you guys are completely lost as a society. That duh. Uh, Oh my god, bro. And I've seen it countless times, bro. It's crazy. And that's what gives you the inability to multitask. You know what I'm saying? When you're so focused on one thing, yeah, I'm sure it is pretty hard to focus on multiple things at the same time. Yeah, bud. You know what I'm saying? Talking about some multitasking is impossible. No, it's not. Who lied to you? Who lied to you, bro? You just didn't control your mind. Like, wow. Oh my god. Yeah. It takes mental mastery to not just agree with someone and to actually like make sense. Like oh my god. But yeah. That's what it is. Like a lot of you guys have no mental mastery, no mental control. That's what you guys need, honestly. That's like the first thing to work on: discipline, structure, balance, routine. But once you create discipline, the structure and balance will fall into place. Because, yeah, discipline is the acknowledgement of that of which you don't need to do, and what you need to do would be structure. So, discipline is what you don't need to do, structure is what needs to be done, routine is how it's getting done. You get what I'm saying? Real shit. But yeah. Steps, bro. Everything is in steps, bro. You can't just skip steps. Yeah. There's no such thing as shortcutting. That shit is literally impossible. Everyone thinks that, but it's not real. It's not real. I'm here to tell you firsthand. It's not real. There's no such thing as a shortcut. You have to build literally everything from the ground up. And if you don't build it yourself, then it just won't be. It just won't exist. It won't exist. Also, when you build it from the ground up yourself, it also can't be like intruded or impeded by like another force or anything like that. It's just like your own construct. And I don't want to say it stands alone because it has the support of other individuals that help, you know what I'm saying, establish it and maintain its relevance and reality. But it definitely has stood alone on its own, like, to be real. It had to essentially stand alone until it was, you know what I'm saying, conjoined with other people. You know what I'm saying? Before it to be originally established, it had to be believed by the individual source, which is like the one person. But yeah. And due to like that one individual belief, which becomes like so innately powerful that it's externalized and exalted in the environment, it then impacts other individuals to believe in whatever they can do or whatever. It just creates the belief construct, and everything is a ripple effect. So it just ripples, bro. It just ripples. Ripple is essentially the impact that it leaves on its environment and the people around it. Yeah. So yeah, but life is but every action is but a rock in an ocean. Literally, every action has a reaction. So every action has an impact and influence. So whether you can see it or not, It's connected to a different source that is going to be influenced. That's how life works. So yeah. Rosette. And so yeah. He said, I need to. How to call me today? That's what a couple people are calling me. She said, like a melody in my head. Lens of illusion. Yeah. Yeah. Not gonna happen. He said, isn't that what they call the definition of scamming? You attempting to present something to me that I don't necessarily need or want, but trying to actively convince me that it has a purpose in my reality. Well, seeing as to which I'm not a baby and I can't be manipulated, don't think that's gonna work. Sheriff Gold 15. Shawty like a melody in my heart. Yo, on camera. No, I have not even been showing y'all what I was making, but it's not even anything really. It's just literally nothing for real, for real. See the other shit I've been cooking. This shit is just light, like a light. My God. It's kind of okay. Let's hit my download. Let's see what's got my download. I'm fucking crying. Yeah, but yeah. That's what that goes into. Bro, literally took these steps out of here without even coming back. I'm fucking grown. Yeah, I know, right? I'm about to eat anyways. Like, I've taught enough, said enough. Like, I'm saying all this. Okay, yeah, alright, I'll end the video. Alright. Alright, love you guys. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.